Improve your class note-taking with Cornell Notes. To make the Cornell Notes template, start by dividing your paper into 4 sections. It'll look like a giant letter I on the page. In the top section, you'll write the name of the class, the lesson topic, and the date. Below that, you'll have 2 columns. In the narrower left column, the Q area, you'll write questions or keywords. Some examples for a science lesson might be solids, liquids, and gases. These help you find details in your notes column quickly. The notes column is the wider right column. Write down more ideas and facts here. For example, next to solids, you might write, have a definite shape and volume. In the bottom section, you'll write a summary of the notes. This helps confirm what you learned in the lesson. After class, spend time reviewing your notes to help you remember the facts. You can look back at your tidy and organized notes again before exam time.
Welcome back to English for You. I'm Adam.
I'm Elsie.
And in our last episode, we were talking about how to become better note takers to keep our scores up and our understanding of the subject organized. Now, Elsie, you were taking notes as we were talking about this technique, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I hope so. Do you remember the name of this special way to take notes?
Okay, give me a second. Let me look for my note. Oh,
on your hand.
Cornell Notes.
Very good, Cornell.
康乃尔笔记. But can you tell me how to actually make these kind of notes?
All right, well, that's a good question because that's what we're going to find out today, how to actually take and make these notes. So jumping into our article, everyone, it says, to make the Cornell Notes template, start by dividing your paper into 4 sections. There we see the word divide. Uh-huh. Divide is to separate something into smaller parts, right? So an example sentence we could say is, hey, please divide the pizza into equal slices for everyone.
Divide 这个动词就是分开或是分割。Divide A into B， 那就是将 A 分为 B。那制作康乃尔笔记的模板，首先你要将纸张分成4个部分。So there are 4 sections on the piece of paper.
Yes, and then the article says it'll look like a giant letter I on the page. In the top section, you'll write the name of the class, the lesson topic, and the date.
在纸上呢，你会看起来像是这个一个大字母 I。那在顶部的部分，你会写上的是课程的名称、课程的主题和日期。
Right.
就像标题的感觉 ，like a title.
Exactly. A title, exactly. And below that, you have 2 columns. And there we see the word column. Let's take a look at what this word is all about. Column. Column is a noun. It is one of the straight sections from top to bottom into which text on the page or screen is divided. So an example sentence using column would be, the newspaper article was written in multiple columns for easier reading.
Column 这个名词呢，指的就是直栏，所以呢，你在这个纸张好有一个大 I 的感觉，然后呢，在这个 title 标题什么课程名称啦，写完之后，在下方你会有2个栏位，就是 2 columns.
Right, doesn't seem very hard, right? Pretty easy. All right, moving on, it says in the narrower left column, the Q area, you'll write questions or keywords.
OK， 所以2个 columns 它的这个窄宽那个距离是不一样的，在比较窄的这个左栏位，那就是称为提示 Q area 提示区域，你会写下问题或是关键字，所以 Q 这个字指的就是提示的意思。
Okay, so an example of this, our article says, is some examples for a science lesson might be solids, liquids, and gases. And there we see the word solid. Solid is something that has a firm shape and is not a liquid or gas. So an example sentence is, ice is a solid when it is frozen.Solid
这个名词呢，指的就是固体。那在课文里面还有 liquid， 这个就是液体。然后呢 gases 就是气体。那气体的拼法呢，还有另外一种是 gasses。所以课文说到呢，科学课程的一些示例，你可能是什么固体啦、液体啦、气体这种大标，你就可以写在左侧。把它们变成 cues.
Okay, right, exactly. You write them on the side in that little column there, and then they will make you probably help you remember.
Yeah, and it's easier for you to look for these kind of notes.
Right, yeah, okay. All right, well, moving on, it says, these help you find details in your notes column quickly.
这些呢就可以帮助你快速的在笔记栏位当中找到细节，所以去找这个小标题，然后再到笔记当中去找。所以真正的笔记会在哪边？会在 right side， 会在右边。
Right, and our right side, we'll find out what's going to be there. It says the notes column is the wider right column. And what do? You write down more ideas and facts here.
笔记栏位呢是较宽的右侧栏位，好，那你在这边呢就会写下更多的想法，还有事实。
Okay, right? Okay, so the left narrower side or thinner column has cue words for cueing our words up, and the wider column has the notes for your main notes and your key thoughts.
Exactly.
Okay, so okay, I think I got it. Now, continuing on, it says, for example,next to solids, you might write, have a definite shape and value.
Oh, so you start to explaining the word solid. Right.
So you just don't write everything all in that cue column. You can go back and forth, so it helps you keep that organized. And in that last sentence, we saw the word volume. Let's take a look. Volume. The noun is the amount of space that an object or a substance fills. The amount of space that a container has. So an example sentence we could use would be, the volume of water in the swimming pool is so large that it would fill several bathtub-sized containers.We estimate it to be around 50,000 liters.
Volume 这个名词呢，指的是体积、容积或是容量。那它也可以当作音量来解释哦。像是呢，你在看电视，好，人家说，你把音量调高一点 ，Please turn the volume up。那如果要你把音量调低一些，那就是说 turn the volume down。那课文里面讲到啊，例如在固体的旁边，你可以写有一个明确的形状和体积，也就是左栏是固体，好，然后呢右栏你就可以有更明确的解释跟笔记。所以呢，我们看到形容词 definite 出现在这边，指的就是确切的、明确的。
Okay, so we got our cue sections, and then we got our note-taking section on the right. All right, let's see what more we can do to make our notes even that much better.
Yeah.
Our article continues by saying, in the bottom section, you'll write a summary of the notes.There we see the word summary, which is a noun. It is a brief statement that gives the main points or key ideas of something. An example sentence we could use is, after reading the book Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, I wrote a summary of the story to share with my class.Summary
这个名词呢，就是总结或是摘要。Summary of something， 那就是某事物的总结。所以啊，在这个 I 型笔记的下方底部的部分，你会写下笔记的摘要。So there are 4 sections in total.
Right, and this really makes your notes going to be, A+ note taking with these Cornell note tips. So moving on, it says, this helps confirm what you learned in the lesson.There we see confirm. Confirm is to verify or make certain that something is true or accurate. So please confirm, an example sentence we could use using confirm would be, please confirm your dinner reservation by replying to this email.
confirm 这个动词呢，就是确认或是确定。不过各位要注意这个发音哦，是 confirm。好，那你如果想要打电话过去问问看，我刚刚订的饭店房间有没有成功？你可以说I'm calling to confirm my hotel booking。好，我是来电想确认我的饭店订房。那这个时候呢，你可能会已经收到了这个确认的代码，那英文就会是 confirmation number。那课文说到，这个是有助于你确认你在课堂上学到的内容，好，就是你在最后这个部分做一个 summary 总结摘要。好，所以4个部分有哪一些呢？最上面复习一下，就是那个 title， 你的课程名称，好，或者是科目名称，或者是 date 日期。然后呢，左栏就是 cues 提示，右栏就是真正的笔记，最后做一个 summary 总结。
Yeah, it doesn't seem very difficult, right? It seems pretty easy after you fold your paper and divide it into those sections. It just maybe makes your class taking notes that much better. Finding out more, our article tells us after class, spend time reviewing your notes to help you remember the facts.
那在这一句话当中呢，我们看到了今天的 Language in Focus。今天的 Language in Focus 里面的重点呢，我们要讲到的就是2个表示花费时间的花费动词，一个是 spend， 一个是 take。这2个的用法是不同的哦。如果你要用的是 spend 这个动词的话，它的主词会是人。那如果你用到 take 的这个花费动词的话，主词呢可能是事物或是虚主词 it。那句型会是什么呢？第一种，如果用 spend 前面是 somebody， 好，前面是某人 ，spend 之后加时间。做的事情那个动作，请你用 VING。好，所以呢，它的解释就是花费时间做某事。For example, Adam spent 3 hours trying to solve the math problem. 他要解出这个数学问题，已经花费了3小时的时间。好，所以你看到花时间之后的动词用的是 trying ing 的形式。那第二个，如果你是要花时间在某个事物上面，你说 somebody 后面加上 spend 加上时间之后接上介系词 on 再加 something。For example, the team spent 5 years on the research. 团队花了5年的时间在这项研究上。那接下来看到 take 这个字的用法哦，如果是虚主词 it 开头 takes 接上去或是过去式的话，你就用 took 后面加上人加上时间再接上 to 接上原形动词。For example, it takes me 2 hours to clean the house. 代表清理房子这件事花了我2个小时的时间。或者是呢，我们直接把这件事放在主词 take 之后加上人再加时间。那如果要继续说明，那就再把 to 以及原形动词加进去。像是呢 The assignment only took me 10 minutes to finish. 那就是这个作业只花了我10分钟的时间来完成。好，所以课文这边就说到啦，你课后after class 你要花时间复习你的笔记，帮助你记住这些事情、这些事实，你学到的重点。So always spend time reviewing your notes.
Yeah, and you said in Language in Focus, I spent 3 hours trying to solve a math problem.
Yeah.
It's probably a easy math problem for you, not for me.
But you needed 3 hours.
I'm terrible at math. All right, well, this way, by, going back and reviewing your notes, you can kind of see how this method can really help you. Our article continues by saying you can look back at your tidy and organized notes again before exam time. There we see the phrase look back at something. And look back at something is to think about or remember something from the past. An example sentence I could say is, as I look back on my school years, I remember all the fun times I had with my friends.
Look back at something 那就是回顾或是回想某事物，所以在考试前你可以再次回顾，再次去看你这个整洁又有秩序的笔记 tidy and organized。你不会回去看之后发现 wow so messy， 不会觉得它这么样的凌乱。好啦，所以同学们喜欢今天的主题吗？不要忘记按赞、订阅、分享我们的 YouTube channel 还有 Facebook。 那接下来到了 For You Chat.
Okay, everyone. Our For You Chat question is, do Cornell notes seem better than the note-taking method you already use? Why or why not?
So for me, when I'm taking notes, I'm not using any method.
Yeah, you're just going all the way down the paper?
Yeah, so after reading today's article, I think next time when I take notes, my notes would be more organized.
Okay, yeah.
And I know where they are.
Yeah.
I can go back and review those notes.
That's the important thing, to always know where your notes are and what the main points are. So for me, the question, I would say, yes, I think they seem better than the way I'm doing right now. Because like you, I'm just writing it everywhere. I'm taking little notes here, little notes there. There's no really organization to my notes. So that way, I think Cornell notes seems a lot better than what I'm using. What do you guys think? Do you think this is a better way to take notes? Why or why not? That's all the time we have today. My name is Adam.
And I'm Elsie.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Divide. A river divides the city into two parts, the north part and the south part. Column. In this table, the first column shows the students' names, and the second one has their test scores. Solid. In the kitchen, we store liquids like milk and juice in the refrigerator, while we keep solids like bread and fruits in the storeroom. Volume. My backpack has a large volume, so I can fit all my books, notebooks, and pencil case inside. Summary. At the start of the second book of the story, there's a brief summary of what happened in the first book. Confirm. Amy was asked to confirm her address before the bank mailed her a new credit card.
字汇小补帖
Q. Definite.